Remember that all our classes are recorded and preserved on YouTube. And so if you want to listen to or watch our previous classes, you can visit my YouTube channel, AU18, and look at the previous classes. But remember to subscribe. Subscribe to keep the ministry going. Right? But the ministry is getting stronger and stronger by the day. Okay. So today we are going to conclude our discussion on Ramatula's Ramaba's So Long Later. And we want to continue where Ramatullah is worried about her children, which raises the issue of single parenting, the challenges of single parenting. How difficult it is for one parent to raise children when the other parent is absent. So she's worried about her children because she caught some of them smoking in a room. You know, they may have bad influences from school, from peer pressure, peer groups, and all of that. So Rami, Yasini, and their neighbor are caught sleeping in a room. Rami, Yasini, and their neighbor are caught sleeping, smoking in a room. Arame, Yasine, their neighbor are caught smoking in a room. So this raises the issues of single parenting, the dangers of single parenting. Alione and Malik are Ramatula's sons. Alione and Malik are Ramatula's sons. In chapter 24, they are depicted crying from the streets because they are wounded. They are depicted crying from the street because they are wounded. They are sneaked out of the house when the mother was not watching during prayer. They have been knocked down by a motorcycle while playing football in the streets. Of course, there's the issue that there's really no playing space for the children, making Ramatullah to advocate the creation of recreational areas for children in the city. So the children have attacked the motorcycle rider. The children have attacked the motorcycle rider. But Ramatullah finds out that it is not the fault of the rider. It's not the fault of the rider. Because the children just closed the streets, blocked the street, and are playing football by the corner. So as the rider turns the corner, they are hit. So as I said, the children are sneaked out The children had sneaked out. The children sneaked out of the house while Ramatulai was praying. And she blames the children for the accident, not the motorcyclist. Ramatulai asked her daughter, Aishatu, to take Malik to the hospital for his broken arm in the accident. Ramatulai asked her daughter, Aishatu, to take Malik to the hospital. Of course, the children's names are So Malik is really seriously wounded, and Aishatu, the doctor, to take him to the hospital. He has a broken arm. He's bleeding. Alien complains of lack of playing fields or spaces. That's why the children play on the road. Malik and Aishatu returned from the hospital. Malik has been well taken care of. And we are told that there's another problem of single parenting again. Another problem of single parenting again. Because Aishatu is 3 months pregnant. And Ramatulai does not know. Aishatu, the daughter of Ramatulai, is 3 months pregnant. The mother does not know. It is even Famata who makes the discovery. It is Famata who makes the discovery. Farmata, that woman, that great woman that abused Ramatulai for not accepting Dawda Jem, accusing her of choosing a husband like an 18-year-old. Ramatulai had observed the signs of pregnancy but thought it was puberty. She was not paying attention. She wasn't paying attention. She even overlooked the information by Alma that Aishatu used to vomit in the bathroom every morning. Information by Alma that Aishatu used to vomit in the bathroom every morning. So Ibrahim Sal is responsible for the pregnancy. The guy named Ibrahim Sal is responsible for the pregnancy. He is a law student in the university. He's a law student in the university. He loves Aishatu and wants to keep the child. He's a law student in the university. He loves Aishatu and wants to keep the child. Aishatu comes after Daba in the order of birth. Aishatu comes after Daba in the order of birth. So at this point, overwhelmed and seeming to be in no control of everything, Ramatulaya turns to God. Ramatulaya turns to God. But what you need to understand is that God is also a man. Right? God is also a man. Right? Or is God not a man? It's a different man, right? God's not like all men, right? Okay? Or God is the best man, right? Good. Ramatullah accepts Haishatu with motherly love. Ramatullah accepts Haishatu with motherly love. Ramatullah now wants to meet with Brahim Sal. Ramatullah now wants to meet with Brahim Sal. And that will be the next day. I'm on chapter 25 now. We are getting to the end of this. It's been a long journey. I guarantee you. So Ibrahim Sal comes to visit Ramatullah. Ibrahim Sal comes to visit Ramatullah. His intention is to marry Aishatu. His intention is to marry Aishatu. But there is the problem of Aishatu getting expelled from school due to the pregnancy. Why are the girls always getting expelled from school when they are pregnant while the boys continue with their education? The girls have to stop their education. The boys will continue. But Ibrahim Sal plans for Aishatu to wear loose clothes to school so as not to reveal the pregnancy till the baby is born during the holidays. The plan is to hide the pregnancy by wearing loose clothes till the child is born during the holidays. So the novel raises the issue of school making laws to protect pregnant rights of girls, or to protect girls from being expelled from school because they are pregnant. Is that possible? Is that right? So it's something to philosophize about in the philosophy of education. All right? Why it is right for the girl who's pregnant in school to be allowed to continue with the rest, with all the messages it sends across. So, something to debate on, right? We can have a debate on that, right? Good. So we have the proponents of the motion. It will be quite an interesting debate, I suppose. Right. Now I'm on chapter 26. So Ibrahim Sal now forms a bond of friendship with the family. Ibrahim Sal forms a bond of friendship with the family. Forms a bond of friendship with the family. Ramatullah realizes that there's need for sexual education for both genders. The boys and the girls need to be taught education in sexuality. And of course, what you need to understand that is that gender relations can be improved mostly through education and conscientization of the two genders. Gender relations can be improved through education and conscientization of the two genders. This statement in the novel, the existence of contraception must not lead to an unhindered release of desires and instincts. So I've taken time to do a lot this analysis, but it's important that you also read the novel so that you see context clearly, or more clearly. Chapter 27, all women have almost the same fate, which religious or unjust legislation have sealed. So remember that gender is perceived to be social, a social construct made possible by the norms of society, the rules and the laws of society which support patriarchal ideology and patriarchal systems. All women have almost the same fate which religious or unjust legislation have. So that means if we are to liberate the woman, in fact, I believe that if you have to liberate any society, any system, you need to look into its laws and regulations, the rules. Okay? So the rules that affect women in society, the rules that affect children in society, when you look at them, if they are oppressive, then you change them. Because those rules were put there by people and they were supposed to favor certain interests. For instance, it's just in recent times that some states are making laws specifically to state that women should, or the girl child should inherit properties from their parents. Okay? So that's the extent to how laws can help liberate the oppressed gender. So now we have the author's ideological stance in this statement. When Ramatullah writes, I remain persuaded of the inevitable and necessary complementarity of man and woman, meaning that the author believes in complementarity. The author believes in complementarity. I remain persuaded of the inevitable and necessary complementarity of man and woman, meaning that she believes that the guy and the girl are supposed to work together with a partner and not be at war with each other. Should not be everyday war. This one planning tricks, the other one planning tricks. That one planning a better strategy to outsmart the other. Okay? That one being sneaky, this one is trying to be smarter. So they now live like tortoise and snake in the house. Okay, it's supposed to be complementarity. The relationship is supposed to be marked by what? complementarity. It's partnership that helps the two genders to go. So the author is a womanist. The author's ideological position is womanism. The author's ideological position is womanism. Womanism believes in the survival of the entire human race. Womanism believes in the survival of humanity, survival of the people, both male and female. So complementarity is a concept in womanism, an important concept in womanism. The two genders to work together. After they have been educated and conscientized. Conscientization simply means that you should use your church mind in dealing with each other. You use what? Your church mind, right? In dealing with each other. Your human hearts. I have an important quote here from the novel that I would like to share with you. And let's see what it pertains for the discourse. It says, love, imperfect as it may be in its content and expression, remains the natural link between these two beings. I mean, nothing should happen except there's, first of all, love. Okay, so I'll take that again. That's quite interesting, isn't it? Love, imperfect as it may be in its content and expression, remains the natural link between these two beings. That is, if there is still love in the world, and if love is still around, it's being practiced, all right? Okay, is there still love in the world? In the real sense of the word, right? Or just love for material things, love for money, love for wealth, love for beauty. That's the Bible love. Okay? Love, imperfect as it may be, in content and expression, remains the natural link between these two beings. So, Ramatulai here is saying that, what should first of all bring the two genders together should be love, first of all. Because love is like light that shines suddenly in darkness. Okay? So, the novel also stresses the importance of the family. The novel also stresses the importance of the family. The nation is made up of all the families, rich or poor, united or separated, aware or unaware. Okay? So gender relations begins at the level of the family. And then projects into the society. Which is why the mother has to teach the boys and the girls, gender relations, before they leave for school. So there's a lot of education to be done, which is why the woman herself is supposed to be educated. The woman is supposed to be armed because the woman is going to be the mother who will raise boys and girls and send them into society. So how she navigates that gender relations or gender education of the children as they are growing up is very important. We are told that Aishatu is coming to Senegal again. Ramatullah wants to go out in search of happiness. And we come to the last words of the novel, which is quite interesting. Of course, I remember it right from the first time I read it, many, many years ago. Okay? Too bad for me if once again I have to write you so long later. So that's what we bring the class to an end. And we proceed now to the counter discourse found in Dear Ramatullah by Ndubusi. By Ndubusi Munakwe. Good morning.